Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Brownwood Lions Coach Show here on KOXC. I am Derek Stuckley, along with Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director Sammy Burnett, as we are heading into another week of preseason practice, coming off the first scrimmage of the season against Argyle Liberty Christian. I know we talked about this some Friday night after the scrimmage, Coach, but now that you've seen a little film, your overall thoughts on the way the guys looked?
After watching film, I felt a lot better. As I stated on Friday evening, we moved our offensive line around and moved some personnel around on defense as well, which gave them about 4 days to prepare. After watching film, I really think it was really encouraging. How do I say this? The things that we did wrong were minor, and they're easy to fix, and we have the kids that can fix them. So that was very encouraging offensively and defensively, both the things. I thought we did really well defensively. There's some things that we're still doing wrong that we need to fix, but they're fixable and they're easy fixes. And I shared that with the kids. I've been doing it 31 years. You have some teams sometimes that aren't as talented as we are right now, and you look at a film and you're watching, you're going, oh no, and there's not a fix to it. But the things that I saw offensively are easy fixes, whether it's hand placement, whether it's head placement, whether it's stepping with our feet properly to gain advantage, to do what we need to do, to rerouting receivers, to make sure we're fitting right on defense. It's a bunch of little things that can be fixed. So after watching the scrimmage, I was encouraged, and I thought as we went along and we added the extra segment in the scrimmage, I don't know that wasn't the best thing for us. When we went offensively and defensively, that second segment, I thought I saw some really good things. It seemed like our kids, it was slowing down for them a little bit, and we started to gel a little bit, and they started to do their thing. So I was extremely encouraged. Argyle Liberty Christian has a good program, a good group of kids. They have some talented seniors right now, so it was really good for us. I thought it was a great scrimmage. Looking forward to Thursday, we have another scrimmage with a dark horse in Region 2, in my opinion, is Alvarado. They're loaded right now. They're senior heavy. They got a good group of kids at the time, and it's going to be another good scrimmage for us. We're going in with the same mentality. Let's see where we were this week. Let's prepare today and the next 2 days to get ready for what we have to do to get better for us. The things that I just spoke about, the techniques, the fundamentals that we have to fix, I want those fixed by Thursday. So if we can do that, we'll be right on track to be where we want to be against Wiley when we kick off the season. I refer back after talking to the coaches after the scrimmage. If you recall, last year when we played Decatur, we had one starter on offense, and that was our quarterback. We had a brand new offensive line, a brand new group of receivers. I don't know that we got a first down in that scrimmage. They moved the ball a little bit on RPOs. They beat us on a big play at the end of the scrimmage, last play of the scrimmage. But that's typical. Right now we're starting a brand new offensive line, except for one. Aiden Packhauser played for us last year. So those guys are having to learn, and I still thought, even though there were some things that didn't happen that didn't go well, whether it's an exchange, bad snap, missed assignment, where are we compared to where we were last year? I think we're in a little better position, to be honest. So, and that's what I try to relate to the coaches, be patient. That was my message to the players, be patient. What is the old Nestle Quick saying? Patience is a virtue. I think that's where that came from, but you got to be patient with those offensive line. I think we have our kids in the right positions. We got a couple more position changes that I'm going to look at, possibly help us expand our roster and have kids on the field. We lost Aiden Driscoll to a cracked fibula, I think that's the bone, in the floating bone in his shin. And he's going to be out for at least 4 to 6 weeks probably, so that's a big hurt to us. He was someone we're dependent on playing a lot of offense. He's also a defensive tackle that would spell Weston Wolf or one of those guys when needed. So losing him, we got to really make sure we're expanding our roster and using all the kids that we can use on our roster. They're all there for a reason. If we didn't think they could play at the level they're at, they wouldn't be there. So I'm really focusing on some things like that. But I think we have a great plan going into this week's scrimmage. To make sure that we're on the track that we want to be on. So there's no stress, there's no worry. It's just let's go to work and fix the little things. Make sure you're being extremely coachable and grow from day to day and from week to week, and we'll be where we want to be.
Yeah, you mentioned that a little earlier, and of course we talked about it on Friday. This scrimmage compared to the first scrimmage last year was like night and day because, as you mentioned, very little went right offensively last year. mentioned things y'all need to work on. What were you most pleased with that you saw Friday?
I was pleased with the fact that our kids kept fighting. There wasn't a bunch of bickering amongst each other. They were trying to figure it out and solve it. Those two ends were probably two of the better pass rushers I've seen in a long time. They were really good. One of the best defenses I've seen since I've been to Brownwood. Fairly talented group. Our kids just kept working. They kept working. They kept communicating, and I thought you saw that a little bit in that last series of 8 plays. Sorry. The only thing that stopped us on that series was a bad snap and mesh with our running back quarterback that moved us back to the 30, but we were just marching right down the field on them, and that's where we want to be, being able to throw and pass. For me, run sets up the pass. I thought our running backs ran extremely hard. I thought they were really physical, which is important. So I was really pleased watching that last series and how we sort of evolved and just sort of settled in and started gaining more confidence and communicating and starting to pick it up a little bit. And that's just a testament to our kids' desire to continue to grow and get better. So that was good.
You mentioned snaps, and that was an area of concern. That improved Friday night.
Drastically improved. We started Isaiah Rojas at center earlier, and it's not a knock on Isaiah. He's never played center before. It's something we thought we could do after time, and after as many reps as he got, we felt it was important to go ahead and make that move early. He does a good job as a tackle. He's a very physical kid. We moved Luke Haygood to center, who's a guy that snaps extra points, snaps punts. He's used to doing that. So we moved him to center. We're able to move Aiden Packhauser back to a guard that he's played in the past where I think suits him better, and move Isaiah out at the tackle. Tristan Stevens, for his first action at the varsity level, I thought he did a good job. I was proud of that. And then also Logan Flores, who plays the left tackle, other than some technique issues, and that's just across the board with all of them. But I thought he did a good job for his first action for a Friday night atmosphere. And when you're facing an opponent like they faced, you talk about, jumping out of the frying pan into the fire. That's what happened for them. But they just handled it the best they could, and they just kept working. And I thought they started doing a lot better towards the scrimmage.
And then as far as defense goes, it looks like y'all still have plenty of options at several positions.
Yeah, and we're still looking at some kids, and we're going to do that all the way up until we kick off on Friday, the 30th, I think it is, against Wiley. We still got some spots that we're looking at, keeping that book open and keeping all options open to make sure we got the right people in the right spot, and that they all can play well as a team together. It's not always putting the best athletes out on the field. You're putting the best 11 guys out there that play the best together. I think we got good leadership. I thought Weston Wolf and Robert Trowbridge and Ben Wilson did a good job up front, led by Weston Wolf. I think he's going to be a dominant player. I thought he made some really good plays. Our linebackers are brand new, but they played well. Other than a couple of misfits, I thought they did a really good job. And then in the back end, I thought we made some good plays. We threw a screen out. They threw a screen out early, wound up scoring on it. We just didn't fit right. We got to fit right, and that's part of the way. A great way to learn is make mistakes. Fall on your face, get up, learn from it. You don't want that to happen again, so glad it happened early because we don't want that to continue, but to use that as a teaching tool to teach those guys this is why we have to fit properly, get off blocks, and make those tackles. And, of course, the other one's on a scramble play. The quarterback scramble made a good throw and got over the top of the sophomore nickel that's just learning that position and learning to play at that level. You're going from a freshman level team to a varsity level team's a little difficult, but all in all, I thought we did a good job.
And we'll see how the guys improve Thursday night against Alvarado. Friday night, we have Meet the Lions, I believe.
Yeah, we have Meet the Lions starting at 6 o'clock. My goal is to get through with Meet the Lions and hopefully get over to Abilene and watch Wiley scrimmage if I can do that, but that's going to be a neat deal. That's starting at 6 o'clock at Gordon Wood Stadium. We'll introduce all of our groups that are going right now, and get to meet not just the football team, but the cheerleaders and the band and the drill team and all the groups, the volleyball, the cross country, everybody will be involved. So that's a neat deal. So come out and support those kids and see that, and then we'll kick it off, get ready for week one.
It's almost here.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of other groups, it was a busy weekend for the other sports.
Yeah. We'll hit volleyball briefly. Volleyball started off strong against Early and then went to tournament Abilene, stumped their toe against some worthy opponents. What happened? I get to school at 5:50 this morning. See kids start walking in the gym at 6 o'clock, practicing some volleyball. They work extremely hard. I think things are going to happen for them if they can continue to grow and mesh together, just like we're in the same position we are. They just already started games and we haven't, but they'll have another opportunity tomorrow as they travel to Lampasas. JV will start at 5 o'clock. So volleyball to Lampasas tomorrow at 5. Sorry, I'm stumbling through that. Tennis went to Big Spring. I think they wound up going to Big Spring and playing because they had some reconstruction with some tennis courts in other areas. So they played Sweetwater. We're victorious 16-3. So that was good for Coach Hutchins to get out there and get his group going. Now it's no longer the Blasik show; it's the Dalton Hutchins show, and he's done a phenomenal job. Does a great job of communicating. Has a great demeanor with the kids. I mean, I really like the leadership he's shown. They won 16-3.
And he's saying the hotter the weather gets, the better they play.
Yeah,
so
probably so.
I don't know about all that.
Those tennis courts get hot.
They do.
But they beat Sweetwater. The boys swept all their singles matches and still remain undefeated in their doubles. So congratulations to them. Our cross-country team went to the Warbird Relays or whatever that's called in Jim Ned. The boys finished 10th. Varsity finished 10th, and JV finished 2nd. And the girls, they did okay. JV got first place in their division. Varsity won first place. And then Sydney Wyndham was the champion overall #1 runner. So congratulations to the boys and the girls for their efforts in going to Jim Ned and performing well.
Yeah, and I believe she ran her personal best time.
12:23.
12 minutes, I wouldn't even got started yet. I'd still be over there stretching.
I don't know
They'd be
how far
done.
they ran, but if I had to run for 12 minutes, it don't matter how far I get. If I have to go that long, I'm probably not going to make it.
Yes. At 12 minutes, I don't get very far. I promise you that. But they'll be back in action next Wednesday here, the Brownwood Invitational.
Yep. We're hosting that bad boy.
We are.
And we always do a good job.
You do, yeah.
Coach Parker and Coach Lipsy do a great job, and their assistants, and Coach Hortz, and everybody jumps in and helps out. And I see you out there running around trying to catch people on film. I try to jump in a cart and I jump in that cart that shows them where to go. I ride along with them, so probably get to do that again. But I'm looking forward to that.
I'd like to do that, but I'd be taking pictures of the same people all the
That's
time.
Right. That's right.
So I've got to be stationary. Let's see. We also got a volleyball tournament coming up this weekend.
Yeah, the Heart of Texas Invitational starting on Thursday. So that's good.
Yeah.
I haven't had one of those in a while, so that's good. Just go
21 years at least.
Yeah, go to show the growth of the volleyball and what we're trying to do there. So I'm excited about that. We also will scrimmage on Thursday and not Friday. Thursday at Alvarado. Those JV freshmen start at 5:30. They'll go on opposite ends, going at the same times. I've had some questions about that. They will go at the same time. I'm going, want to go north, want to go south, or east and west, whichever way their field's set up. And then the varsity will start about 7 o'clock. That's in Alvarado. So we're going to get there, fight some traffic to get there. But I'm thankful that's about the only trip we got to do that too, going that way. We had to do that in the past, and it's never fun trying to get through that traffic in that area. So that's on Thursday. And then, of course, Meet the Lions is on Friday at 6. And we got tennis at Graham Saturday at 9 a.m. Going to do it again.
All right. Plenty going on. Did we hit everything, Coach?
I think we did.
Anything else we need to do today?
Better thank those sponsors: Auto Glass Magic, Brunner Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Bon Young, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company, Ever Jones Investments, Hendrick Medical, Howie Enterprises, Humphrey Pete's, Landmark Life, MC Bank, Painter Johnson Associates, Smith & Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willis Tees.
All right. We will be back here Wednesday to talk a little more about Alvarado and what's coming up on the scrimmage on the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show on KOXE, KOXE.com, and the KOXE app.
Have a great day, Brownwood.